Welcome to Educhums, your bum chum on your journey of education. In this video, we shall read and understand a famous short story by the popular American writer O. Henry. It is a beautiful, touching story with an equally matching title, The Last Leaf. The title itself makes one a bit curious about the story, doesn't it? Click the like to make a friend on your educational journey. By the way, have you ever heard about O. Henry? He was an American writer who was famous for his short stories. In fact, I shouldn't say was famous, I should say is famous, because he is still quite well known. His stories are still read by people all over the world, although he passed away at the rather young age of 47. His real name was William Sidney Porter, and he used to add a twist to the ending of his stories. The reader would be taken a bit by surprise towards the end of his stories. It was like a pattern he followed. Some of his other famous works are The Gift of the Magi and The Cop and the Anthem. Do read them when you are free, as these are masterpieces. Let us read the story and then understand it. Sue and Jonesy, two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. Jonesy fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Jonesy's condition. One day the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Jonesy?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" "The doctor said Jonesy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her." Sue tried her best to make Jonesy take an interest in things around her. She talked about clothes and fashions, but Jonesy did not respond. Jonesy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Jonesy's room and started painting. To take Jonesy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. Suddenly, Sue heard Jonesy whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Jonesy counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. "What is it, dear?" Sue asked. 6, whispered Jonesy. "They're falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now." "It is autumn," said Sue, "and the leaves will fall." "When the last leaf falls, I shall die," said Jonesy with finality. "I have known this for the last 3 days." "Oh, that's nonsense," replied Sue. "What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better." Jonesy did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. "I don't want any soup," said Jonesy. "I'm not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I shall sleep forever." Sue sat on Jonesy's bed, kissed her, and said, "You're not going to die. I can't draw the curtain, for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. Please, my dear friend," she begged Jonesy, "promise not to look out of the window while I paint." "All right," said Jonesy. "Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. I'm tired of waiting. I have to die. So let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor, tired leaves." "Try to sleep," said Sue. "I have to paint an old miner. I shall call Berman up to be my model." Sue rushed down. Berman lived on the ground floor. He was a 60-year-old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. Sue poured out her worries to Berman. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. Is she stupid? Asked Berman. How can she be so foolish? She's running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refuses to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot. I shall come with you and see Johnsy, Berman said. They tiptoed into the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtains together, and they went to the next room. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf on the creeper. It was raining heavily, and an icy cold wind was blowing. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. Berman did not say a word. He went back to his room. Johnsy woke up next morning. In a feeble voice, she asked Sue to draw the curtains. Sue was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it didn't fall. I heard the wind last night, said Johnsy. I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I shall die. You won't die, said Sue energetically. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out to Sue. I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly, and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. Sue hugged Johnsy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sue, Johnsy now has the will to live. I'm confident she will recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Berman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is no hope for him. The next morning, Sue came and sat on Johnsy's bed. Taking Johnsy's hand in hers, she said, I have something to tell you. Mr. Berman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. The first day, the janitor found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet, and he was shivering. He had been out on that stormy night. Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted, lying near his bed. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. Johnsy dear, said Sue, look out of the window. Look at that ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? That's Berman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. So there are three main characters in the story: Sue, Johnsy, and Berman. Sue and Johnsy are young artists, and they are friends with each other. Johnsy got sick with a lung disease named pneumonia and thought she will die. Her will to live became very weak, probably due to fear. Her emotional and mental health also got spoiled when her physical health became bad. Sue got worried when she saw her friend's wrong way of thinking, and she decided to pull her out of this, as the doctor told Sue that she needs more willpower to get herself out of the negative situation. Sue noticed her counting leaves that were falling off a tree they could see from the window. So Sue asks Johnsy about what she was doing. Johnsy shares that she was counting leaves falling from a tree, and that when the last one will fall, she too will die. Sue told her that what she was thinking was wrong and got her some soup. But Johnsy refused to eat. Sue told her that she had to paint to earn money for both of them, so she could not draw the curtain. but she made her promise her that she won't look outside the window while she painted. Jonesy then told her to finish the painting fast so she can see the last leaf fall and die peacefully. Worried with her friend's behavior, Sue decides to talk to their neighbor Berman, who was quite an old man. When he saw the tree with one single leaf left on it, he went off to his room. Despite strong winds blowing, that one leaf did not fall off the tree, and Sue gained a lot of hope from this fact. She saw reason and realized that she was being too negative in her mindset. She became healthy soon after hope and positivity returned to her spirit. Soon, however, something bad happened. Sue told Jonesy that Berman, who himself was suffering from pneumonia, died. She then revealed the secret to her friend. Berman had painted the last leaf on the tree, so Jonesy wouldn't lose hope. That is why he had left that day from their room, so Jonesy would never see the tree with no leaf on it. This is a nice ending as it shows the maturity that Berman had. He had understood Jonesy's way of thinking and saved her from negativity. A touching story, with a surprise at the end is something one expects from all of O. Henry's stories, and this one is no different. I'm sure you've understood the meaning of the chapter now. Click like and subscribe if you think this Educhums video was useful for you and you want to remain connected with us. Till the next video, it's ciao from Educhums.